Okay, we have done for username. Now going for password, absolute XPath. Let me right click on this password field, then go to the inspect. Okay, here you can see the DOM. Okay, and you can see this is my input. Okay, if you are using on with your name or ID, it is present. You don't have to go with the XPath because the ID and the name, it is present here, so it's good. All right. The first preference you need to give to the ID, then to name, class name, etc. Not to class name, to CSS or something like that. Okay. Then after that we can use the XPath. Fine. So how to find the XPath? Let's see. As I said, what you have to do is just write here HTML, then body. After that you need to write word. You need to just then div. So there are two divs present within this body. You can see. Yes, if it is absolute XPath, then you need to write from HTML from the root. Fine. Yep. And one other another method is there. I'll let you know once we complete it with this thing. We'll cover that one as well, like how to do with the relative one. Fine. Okay. Yes. Okay. We are still here in the body. After that body, we need to, let's see, in body you can see there are two div. One div here, another div is here. All right. Only one div. You can see one div here. All right. This is highlighting. Just let's check. This is not highlighting, right? So what I can write here? What I need to write? Div one. All right. Then go within that div. Just highlight. This is the first one. Second div. Third div. Fourth div. Right. So which one I need to go? Second. Right. First one is for this one, username, admin, password. Okay. This one div is for whole entire thing. So I'll go with the div two. Right. Fine. Yes. This one. All right. Okay. You can see in the div two. Why it is not coming? Body div body, then div one, then div one. After div one, we have div. Okay. So within this div, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After that, we have div 2. I want to go to div 2, right? This particular location. And within that, if you expand that div 2 as well, okay, you need to go to the div or maybe form. Okay, I need to go to the form. All right. So after the form, you need to write input. Which one we wanted? This one. This one. You can see this is a password, right? Password field. This one actually. Within this div, we have this. Yeah, which number div this is? This is the div number one. One sec. Div one, div two, div three. All right. Div three, na? Fine. Div three we can take. Then after that, we need to write input. This is the field that we want. So after that, we need to write input. Yep, that's it. Fine. So now you can just write down your absolute password. The similar thing for we can do for login button. Yes, yes, you need to write for login button. Let's see. This is for password, right? Oh, I have not copied it. Okay, it's gone. HTML body div, then div2, after div2, div, the wrong one. Yeah, that thing. Yeah, just tell me like what are the things that we'll be doing. Hmm? Okay, we are here now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, div. This one. Okay, first of all, one second. Within the body, we are in div, right? This div. Within that div, we have one more div, correct? Or you can see how many divs present within this body. In the body, you can we can see we have div 1, div 2, two divs. So I'll be selecting the div 1, first one. Okay. Hmm. One second. This one. Yes, this is a div 1. All right. Because this is the parent of this, no? You can see it is the parent. This div is parent to this particular thing. Okay. So what I can read, right? The for again div. All right. Say Yes, the parent of that. You can see it is not in the same level, right? Within this, it is present. We are highlighting. Yes, yes, that's what I'll be doing. All right, fine. So we are now here, and this is the parent now. Child, it has some child. So let's see in which child that will present. Yes, let's see. So I need to write div of two. Just tell me. Yeah, yeah. Yes, the highlighted one. Yep. Mm-hmm. And form. Yes. This div. Okay. I'll be going with the div this one. So what should I write? Div of what? This is for login. This is for username, and this is a password for this one. So what should I write? Yes, password. This one. You can see the password. Yes. Oh, not login. This one password because we lost. We didn't written in there. Okay, I'll do first the username. Sorry, password. Then we'll be doing that for login button as well. Just let me know. Okay. So what should I write here for this thing? The form, then form after form that we have a div this one text password. So this one. Just let me know. Div up what? One or three, right? Fine. Three is being highlighted. You can see here three is being highlighted and it has two more child. So what next? We need to select input. Fine. Now you can see it is highlighted the input box. Alright. So Control A, Control C, dot paste over here. Fine. Then login button. So what we can do, I'll be just removing first two, three. Div, it will be same. So I'm in the form. Okay. So from here where I need to go, this is my one section. This is my another section, and this is my login things. This one I need to select. So what I need to write? Mm-hmm. Yep. Let's see. D4 is working fine or not. or it is the correct one? Do you have three or two, do you have four? Which one? This one, right? Hmm. Or if I write debug 5 because I want to go to here. All right, all right. What it? Then after, then tag name. Fine. Yes. Let's see. Is it highlighting or not? The login button is also highlighted. Fine. Then now you can write the absolute XPath, right? From the beginning, right? So then let's see how we can write the relative XPath. Yes, yes, it is easier than anyone. Fine. And one more thing is there. There is one more concept over here. Let's see. Okay. What is difference between single slash and double slash? Yes, yes, correct. In case of a relative XPath, we use double slash. But the actual meaning of this is if the forward slash it refer to immediate child element in the HTML tree. Okay. This one, the single slash refer to the immediate child of the element in this particular text, right? And in the HTML DOM. Fine. And what do we mean by double slash? Okay. So it refer to any element in the HTML tree also represent like any web element present in the DOM. Okay, it is a reference to the any element present in the DOM. It will search for that particular things in the whole DOM and it will return you the exact result. Fine. Then let's say with the that one relative XPath. Fine. So how to write the same thing using relative XPath? Relative XPath means Sorry. Fine. So relative XPath, what do you understand in general, layman term? Yeah, and with relative to some other element. All right. Suppose there is a scenario where your username, okay, username has its ID or maybe password or whatever. Okay. So the username, suppose in this particular thing, let's see, it's a dynamic. It's ID. Okay. Suppose username had some attributes. Attributes. Okay. This username, what are the attributes it has? ID, by name, by XPath, by CSS. Fine. So these are the attribute present for username. So but the scenario is the ID. ID is something like this. User 1256. Name. Okay. So something like the ID is something like that. When you run the first time, the 1234, uh, the ID is 1234. If you run the second time, the ID is being updated to 1235 or maybe anything. 1211. So something like that. This particular ID, this text present within this ID is being changed. Okay, each time when you run or something like that, you might come across with such scenarios. Fine. So what exactly that means? How to handle this type of things? What we can, instead of taking the ID directly of this particular web element, what we can do, if we know any element, let's see, if we know any element um, which has a static, okay, static ID or name or password or whatever, okay, static locators or uniform locator that doesn't contain any dynamic values. Okay, we need to find out that first. Yes, because, not duplicate. That doesn't have this type of dynamic XPath or dynamic ID or dynamic attribute. Instead of 1234, we need something which is more reliable. Like directly we can find. Let's see. In this case, if I inspect any particular things, 1 second. Okay, if I inspect this particular thing, you can see it has a submit and is okay. 1 second. Okay, if I click on this particular username, it should highlight this particular thing. Okay, it's saying the name is text username. So if you know any value which is not dynamic, here you can find there is no numeric things or nothing else. All right, so you can take this as your you know base web element, and using that base you can just find out the nearby web elements. Okay, how to do that? 1 second. Okay, so what I can do is using relative XPath. Let me go to this particular thing. Fine. Double slash. Okay, I want to make this as a relative to this password. Okay, password is a dynamic field, so I cannot write directly for password. So what I can do, yes, first we need to find the username, then after that we just navigate to the password. Fine. Yes, we'll take the username, then after that we can get the password accordingly. How to do that? Or one more thing we can do, instead of username also, if we can find anything that's similar. Okay, like in the same level, it is in the same level, you you know don't do that. Just find its parent one. Okay, because its parent has also this login. Okay, this is our static id. Okay, just find the its parent one and then navigate to this child. So the parent, the locator is already present, like id. Okay, it's a static id is there. So what I can use is, I can use this particular thing, form. So what I'm writing is form. Okay, it is highlighted, and within this, what I can write, at the rate, because there might be a situation where there are hundreds of forms available within this DOM. Okay, so you need to give some identifications of that particular form. At the rate id equal to, correct. Let's write it here within this single quote. Okay, then go to close this one. Let's see which one. Oh, pasted it twice. Okay. Okay, you can see the form is now is being highlighted. Fine. And from there, you can navigate to that particular web. So from here, because you know till here, and then you need to go to this particular thing. So how to do that? Now you can go div. Which number of div? It was 5, I believe, for login one, right? This button you can see, or you can because this the form is we have taken as a base. Okay, from within that form, whatever you want to find, that can be done. Fifth form, that is for login, right? Login, and within that there is a input. Fine. Now the login button is highlighted. Fine. 1 second. And here I would write something like that. What is the syntax? Syntax for relative XPath. So what is the syntax? Double slash, tag name. Whatever tag is present, just give that name. At the rate. Fine. Then attribute name, any attribute, ID, pass, ID, the name or class name, whatever attribute you want to pass. Okay. Attribute equal to in the double quote or single quote. Okay. Single quote, right? Fine. Then you can write something attribute value. Suppose you have taken ID, then ID value you need to provide. If you have taken XPath, then XPath value should be taken over here. Fine. Attribute value. Fine. Suppose ID has some attribute like ID value, then you need to provide the value. So it will return you that particular web element. Fine. Yeah. Then there are a lot of things available in a relative XPath. Okay. Like the same thing. Can you write it for this thing? Password. Can you write it? Relative XPath for password. Yeah. First, this one. Just go to this particular thing and just find one XPath password, the relative one. Yes, the form one, right? FRM login. Let's see. In my attribute name. Hmm. Yes, this is form login is the tag name. No, not tag name. Tag name is form. Yeah, yeah. At the rate ID. Yes. Hmm. Bracket close. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Password. This one. Okay. And the form is here. Div 3. Let's see. double slash, then tag name is form. Then after that, you can write that id equal to this and the value is that. Fine. After that, div. Which number div? I want this one, right? Third, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Div fourth, you said? Which one highlighted? You can say this is highlighting. Yes. So what you have to do is, yeah, this particular is being highlighted, right? So how can we get this one? Div 3. Let's see. Sure, it is working. Then slash input. Correct. Correct. Fine. So the same thing I can write over here. Okay. Fine. This one you want me to paste there? Yes. Yes. That will work fine. Let's see. Which one? Div 4 or div 5? It was div 3, I think. No, it's not working. Let's see why it's not working. Find out. Till here it should work. Let's see. Okay. Oh, it's not highlighting. Let's see. Okay, now form. Form is highlighting. Fine. Other ID. ID or name, whatever we have taken. ID. Let's see. What is the ID name here? Is from login, right? And within this code, we can provide that ID. Fine. Slash div 3 or 4. 1 second. Yeah. Div 3. Yes, you can say div 1, div 2, div 3. This one. Fine. Highlighted. Then now go to input. Fine. Highlighting. can just paste here. Fine. Any doubt? Good. Mm-hmm. Okay, no problem. We'll continue from here in the next class because there are a lot more thing in XPath accesses and all. We'll cover. Fine.